And as a loud and proud working class black Muslim refugee millennial, I know I may not be the usual candidate. I get that. But I genuinely believe our region needs someone who is going to be bold, someone who's going to be really a real champion for our region, who's going to be unapologetically act on the issues that matter to us the most. I remember it's a very rainy day when I first came to Sheffield from Somalia, and I guess it didn't take long to kind of realise that was a default setting for this part of the world, but it was nonetheless quite an exciting feeling. We're quite fortunate to really grow up in a really diverse community, in all honesty, and of course we had its challenges of not being able to speak the language and whatnot, but we got past that barrier quite quickly. I think just the warmth of people, in all honesty. I think the straightforward talking warmth of people is probably my favourite thing. People need to see themselves in you, and really just being honest with yourself and being authentic is really, really important in politics. Also the fact that, I guess, living in this polarising, difficult times that we are living in at the moment, of course we need to work together, we need to think creatively, but also we really need to show compassion, because compassion is what's going to bring people together. And I feel like if it isn't compassion that brought people into politics, then you're in the wrong line of work. I'd say my boots have become part of my signature, in all honesty, where people always say, oh, I didn't know if it was you to begin with, but then I looked at your boots and you had Doc Martens on, so I knew it was you. Do you know what, like, if anything we've learned from the last EU referendum and the way we kind of live in it, people want a different way of doing politics. People feel as if, like, whether that be local government or national government, the people that we choose and elect as leaders don't reflect the people that they're there to represent. I think it's amazing the fact that young people are actually really becoming active, and whether that be the youth climate strikes. And it's quite funny because I remember when I was their age, taking a day of school is probably to play games all day and get up to nonsense and mischief. But to say young people aren't engaged is a complete nonsense, you know. And I think they've been leading where a lot of adults and a lot of people in power have actually been failing us. These elections are really, really important, and I can't help but feel this is the election we'll be talking about in the future. And I just want people to first and foremost go out there and vote. But I hope the fact that actually people vote for Green, because you can vote both with your head and your heart, and that hopefully will actually be a Green vote, because not only do we want to really paint a positive, hopeful picture of what Brexit could look like, but also what our region can be. It'll be a real source of privilege, in all honesty, to kind of represent people of Yorkshire and the Humber, and especially how vast and amazing and diverse our region is, in all honesty. And of course, the kind of like the fact that people would have put their faith in me to say that they want a different way of doing politics and actually are willing to choose hope